are very excited to be rolling out this Gen brand. You know, there was a lot of problems with the logic, I think, sometimes with GEW. We started talking about doing things outside of the week. Well, we should be doing things year round. What do you do the other 51 weeks out of the year? Do you just sit around and take vacation and holiday? No, you don't. So Gen gives us a logic that fits everything together, all the stuff that we're doing, all the competitions, all the research, all the collaboration and the networking. So we're very excited to roll out this new brand, and I just wanted to share with you a few tools. So Jonathan mentioned briefly an impact report, and you'll notice a slight change on the cover. Up until now, you guys, this looks very familiar to you visually. It doesn't really look that different. But there's a very subtle change on the cover, and it's Global Entrepreneurship Network 2015 Impact Report. Thank you, Hope. Has just handed me a couple of copies here. And we do have these on site. We didn't have any issues with customs this year, I'm proud to say, and so we will have copies for all of you that we'll be handing out in the break that's coming shortly. This, you know, Gen was born from GW, as Jonathan likes to say, and year upon year, it's continued to grow. And we've reached new countries, we've engaged new partners, we've brought more people into the fold, participating in the GEW activities, events, and competitions that are happening around the world. And so our official numbers for GEW 2014 are there in that middle graphic. There were 149 countries that officially ran GEW campaigns last November. We've reached a high mark in terms of number of partners, 11,101 activities, more than 28,000 activities, events, and competitions in all of your countries around the world, and reaching 8.2855333. It was Pi Day recently, right? So 8.3 million people around the world did stuff because of all of you during 1 week in November. And sometimes, I'm not sure how you guys all look at it and how much you look at the global picture, but sometimes it's easy to get kind of lost when we're working on this project and not see that, not appreciate that, and think what an amazing job all of you are doing. And so I just want to take this one moment to say thank you to each and every one of you in this room for everything that you do on behalf of GEW in the past, in the present, and in the future, and how that rolls into Gen. So just thank you. We are Gen. So this is a new slogan that we're rolling out. And I thought, if I'm gonna be the one talking to you guys about the brand, I'm gonna wear this t-shirt, but it's so much more fun when you make Jonathan do it, you know? So we let him have that, but as he kind of lets slip out, we will have those for you at the break, as well as the impact reports. So each of you will get your own Gen t-shirt. Now to the technical stuff. As we roll out Gen and the Gen brand, we want to provide you with the tools to do so in your countries and within your programs and initiatives. And so we're working on a collection of tools to do this, and so that way we're consistent, we're collaborating, we're one, we are Gen. So as part of that, we've got an updated set of Gen brand guidelines that we'll be delivering to you soon. You'll see things in there that look pretty familiar, but it explains how these all fit together from a communications perspective, from a visual perspective. You'll see Global Entrepreneurship Network, then there's the Gen icon, and then you'll see how the Gen nations are kind of brought into that. There's a lot of technical explanations in there in terms of fonts and font sizes and colors, where they should be positioned, how we create these logos, so that way we're consistent, we're one, we're global. The brand colors you're obviously all familiar with. They haven't changed a bit. The compass has remained completely consistent since day one when we launched this thing. We all gathered. There were, I think, 37 countries that were represented in a conference room in London when we started talking about Global Entrepreneurship Week. And the compass hasn't changed one bit since then. The tagline we're adopting for Gen is one global entrepreneurial ecosystem. There's a lot of interest around the world in developing individual, local, national ecosystems, but this is what we're all doing together. We're building these things, and then they're crossing borders and they're connecting. And so this is Jen building one global ecosystem. More fun stuff. Designers like to show you how the brand is used, what it's going to look like. And so we've got some examples that you'll see here, but then some tools that we have as well. So we've got some new letterhead and stationery, that we're designing, as well as business cards. We'll provide these files to you, so that way you can utilize these within your own campaigns. You'll notice on the right-hand side there's a business card. It's a two-sided business card, and there's an example right there that's got just the plain Jen compass. We've also got templates that we're providing to you to utilize for your own organizations, if you so choose, right? And so we have one example that just popped up in the lower right corner there. Future Agro Challenge just happened to be a logo that I had handy, so I plopped it in there quickly just to show you how this works and what this template might look like for you all. And you could think about how you utilize this. But we've got the Future Agro Challenge, which is one of the global picks of GEW. And then below that, it's organized by Industry Disruptors, Game Changers, IDGC, out of Greece. And so this is just kind of showing you how you can utilize this template to connect the dots within your own countries. So one last note before I jump off stage and bring on our next section, and introduce a colleague of mine, Alana Ramo, to talk to you about Global Picks. I just wanted to kind of give you a quick snapshot of the Gen universe of websites. Jonathan showed you the diagram that kind of mapped out everything, not even everything, just some of the things that are in the Gen universe right now. And these are just some of the websites that are currently out there, but that are being consolidated into one platform. So that way we're connecting your audiences around the world into one global ecosystem. GW.co you're all familiar with, Global Entrepreneurship Week. GEC.co, hopefully most, if not all of you, used to get here. GERN.co, Jonathan mentioned, there's Global Entrepreneurship Research Network. It's meeting kind of right behind me as we speak. GER is Global Enterprise Registration. It's the portal that Jonathan mentioned. GBAN, which we'll launch on Thursday. The Global Entrepreneurship Library, which some of you are familiar with already, and hopefully more of you will become familiar with in the weeks and months to follow. Startup Open, the competition that we run out of our offices in Washington, D.C. StartupNations.org, StartupExperience.org, Africa.co, the list goes on. There's a lot of stuff that falls within the Gen universe, and we are working to kind of consolidate that into one platform to bring everyone together into one global entrepreneurial ecosystem. We are Gen. We are excited about the new brand. We hope you are as well. We have t-shirts, we have impact reports, we have stuff, we have files, and we're not keeping it to ourselves. We're sharing it all with you. Thank you.